Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today because we have some very exciting General Hospital news to talk about, and it's definitely worth the wait. You know, I've been watching General Hospital for more years than I care to count, and let me tell you, the way things are heating up with Jen Sidwell and Willow right now has me sitting on the edge of my recliner every single afternoon. That slick character Sidwell, the one played by Carlo Rota, he thought he had it all figured out when he shoved Willow into Drew Kane's seat in Congress. He figured she'd be easy pickings, just a quiet little puppet who'd do exactly what he said and keep her mouth shut. But oh boy, is he finding out different, and I can't help but chuckle a bit every time I see his face tighten up. The other day, he was grumbling to Ezra Boyle about how Willow's been handling herself, and I just shook my head. Here's this woman finally in a real position of power, and what does she go and do? She starts trying to use it for good, helping folks who need a hand, speaking up for regular people like you and me. Now that's the kind of thing that warms an old heart like mine. But that's not what Sidwell wanted at all. No, sir. He only put her there because he saw Drew as a problem that needed fixing. He cooked up that whole plan to knock Drew out of the picture with those paralyzing drugs, then sweet-talked Willow into taking the seat instead. His big idea was to have himself a controllable little yes woman in Washington. Well, things aren't turning out quite the way he planned, and you can just see the frustration building in him like a kettle about to whistle. And if that wasn't enough, there's this whole business with Little Scout Quartermain. Sidwell told Willow straight out to bring the girl over to live with her, make it look all proper and above board. Willow agreed, like she always does when he snaps his fingers. But from what I'm seeing, Scout is still spending most of her time over at Alexis Davis's house. That little girl's got roots there, and Willow hasn't exactly yanked her away. If Sidwell ever gets wind of that, and you know he will, the man's got eyes everywhere. He's going to hit the roof and accuse Willow of playing him for a fool. He hates it when people don't follow his orders to the letter. It's like that old saying my daddy used to tell me, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Sidwell led Willow right where he wanted her, but he sure can't make her dance exactly the way he pictured. But the part that really gets under my skin, and I bet it's the one keeping Sidwell up at night, is how Willow just can't keep a secret to save her life. That girl went and spilled everything to her mama, Nina Reeves. She told her all about the fake stroke scheme, how Sidwell was the one supplying those paralyzing drugs, the whole crooked plan from start to finish. Now, Nina's mixed up in this dangerous web too, and she wasn't even supposed to know a single word of it. Willow didn't have permission to open her mouth, but she did anyway, because that's the kind of daughter who can't stand keeping her own mother in the dark. Lord have mercy, what a tangled family mess. The scariest part of all is that Sidwell had already forced Nina's hand once before he straight up ordered her to kill Drew. Can you imagine? He put a mother in that impossible spot so she'd have no choice but to listen to him. Now, because of what Willow let slip, Nina's right in the middle of that same ugly secret group. If Sidwell finds out she knows everything, he's going to turn on Willow in a heartbeat and remind her that she just dragged her own mama into real danger. One wrong move and the whole thing could come crashing down on both of them. Willow never meant to pull her mother into a crime like that, but that's exactly what happened. Nina had to go along with Sidwell's orders or risk seeing her daughter pay the price, maybe even end up behind bars. It breaks my heart a little watching a good-hearted woman like Willow get caught between doing what's right and trying to survive a man like Sidwell. I tell you, it feels just like real life sometimes. You think you're making a smart move, picking the easy path, but life has a funny way of turning the tables. Sidwell wanted control, but he ended up with a woman who's got a conscience and a big heart, and that heart keeps messing up his perfect little scheme. I sit here in my living room, coffee in hand, and I wonder how much longer Willow can keep balancing on that tightrope before something gives. One thing I know for sure, it's going to be one heck of a ride, and I'll be right here with my eyes glued to the screen, rooting for the good folks and hoping the bad ones get exactly what they deserve. You just can't make this stuff up, can you? Just waiting to see how this whole Jen Sidwell and Willow Kane situation is going to blow up. That slick operator Sidwell, played by Carlo Rota, really believed he had everything under control when he maneuvered Willow into Drew Kane's congressional seat. He figured she'd be the perfect quiet little puppet, someone he could pull strings on without any backtalk. But let me tell you, the man is learning the hard way that Willow has a mind and a heart of her own, and it's throwing all his careful plans right out the window. I saw him complaining to Ezra Boyle the other day about how she's been doing her job, and I just sat there shaking my head with a little smile. Here's Willow finally in a real position of power. And instead of just sitting quiet and following orders, she's actually trying to do some good, helping regular folks, speaking up for people who need a hand. That warms this old heart of mine. But that's not what Sidwell signed up for at all. No, sir. He only put her there because he saw Drew as a problem that needed to be taken care of. He cooked up that whole scheme with the paralyzing drugs, got Willow to go along with the fake stroke plan, and then convinced her to slide right into that seat. His goal was simple: turn her into his personal yes woman in Washington. Well, things aren't working out the way he pictured, and you can almost feel the frustration rolling off him like steam from a kettle. And then there's the whole business with little Scout Quartermain. Sidwell gave Willow clear instructions to bring that girl over to live with her, make everything look nice and proper. Willow said yes, like she usually does when he snaps his fingers, but from what I'm seeing, Scout is still spending most of her time over at Alexis Davis's house. That child has strong ties there, and Willow hasn't exactly forced the move the way Sidwell demanded. If he finds out, and a man like him has ways of finding out everything, he's going to be furious. He'll accuse Willow of playing games behind his back and deliberately disobeying him. It reminds me of what my old grandpa used to say: you can put a cat in a cage, but good luck keeping it from looking out the window. Sidwell put Willow in that powerful position, but he sure can't control every little thing she does. But the part that really makes my blood run cold is how Willow just can't seem to keep a secret, especially when it comes to her mama. She went and told Nina Reeves everything about the fake stroke, the paralyzing drugs Sidwell supplied, the entire crooked plan. Now, Nina is tangled up in this dangerous web too, and she was never supposed to know a single word. Willow thought she was doing the right thing by not keeping her mother in the dark, but she had no permission to open her mouth. That loose talk has put Nina right in the line of fire. What really worries me, and I bet it's keeping Sidwell up at night, is that Willow says she's got that syringe with Nina's fingerprints on it as some kind of backup plan, like insurance if things go bad. She probably thinks it's smart protection. But I don't think that's going to sit well with Sidwell at all. I can just picture him demanding she hand that syringe over to him personally, looking at her with those icy eyes and making it very clear he is not happy with her little clever ideas. He wants total control, and right now he feels like everything is slipping through his fingers because Willow keeps dragging her own mother deeper into this mess. The man is dangerous when he feels threatened. He could easily warn Willow that because of her stubborn, rebellious behavior, he has every means to destroy her life completely, her reputation, her career, her future, all of it. He might even go darker and threaten to get rid of Willow, Nina, and Drew altogether because they all know way too much now. That kind of talk gives me chills. He's already shown he's cold enough to order Nina to kill Drew, putting a mother in that impossible position so she'd have no choice but to obey him. Because of Willow's slip-up, Nina is stuck even deeper in that same ugly secret group. One wrong move and the whole family could come crashing down.